Okay, welcome everybody to another edition of WCW 2003 here in TEW 2020, as it's another edition of Nitro as we continue on the road to Spring Break Bash. And we start with our pre-show match, which has Mike Awesome, Mark Jindrak, and Rick Steiner going over Big Vito, Air Paris, and Tajiri in 15-13 when Awesome pinned Vito with the Awesome Bomb. Again, this gets some people in the ring, so they don't get too upset over not being used. This gets 65, nothing terrible, but nothing great either. Overall, Awesome gets 72. Awesome's sort of stuck in a spot where I don't have much to do for him right now because he's getting older, but he's not bad yet, but also he's not great like Steiner and to a lesser extent Flair still are. So still understanding what I'm going to do with him. Regardless, let's go on to the main show. So basically the show opens up with the Horsemen, and the Horsemen are like, you don't have to like us, but you have to admit, we're still here. Sure, I had to look over him for a little bit, but at the end of the day, Goldberg's the world champ, but nobody's still better than me in the long run. And then Douglas and Jarrett cut their promos. Flair's about to cut his when Rey Jr. comes out, and Rey Jr.'s like, Holmes, yes, you're the Horseman. You've done a lot. You've been successful as hell since you reformed. But tonight, we've got an 8-man tag set up, and I don't care that you're the Horseman. I'm going to have 3 partners, and we're going to fight like hell. And there's nothing you can do about it. And Flair, at Spring Break Bash, I'm going to walk out as the U.S. title champion again. Flair cuts his promo back, says something about, you little Mexican jumping bean, you think just because you managed to win the U.S. title, you're special? This gets a little reaction from Jarrett. And even Douglas. Yes, Jordan Douglas didn't win, but that's not because you're better than them. That's because you're lucky as hell. Well, your luck is going to run out at Spring Break Bash. And, whoo, it's going to be time to go to school for you as I take you out. So, set up, 8-man tag. This gets 100 because everybody's awesome. Hurrah. Then we go into our first match of the match. First match of the actual evening. About a subpar wrestling, Little Heat, Blitzkrieg pinned Paul London in 720 by submission. Okay, let's pretend that didn't happen. Let's say he got a pinfall. Anyway, this gets 60. Just solid cruiserweight match to get things involved. And then after we have a quick thing where they have it in smoke, but then they do a handshake. Gets a 49 because it went a minute long, and these guys are super charismatic. Then we're backstage, where Jurgen Borash is with Billy Kidman and April, and Kidman's like, you don't understand. I've already proved I'm better than Rob Van Dam, but Van Dam's still whining and complaining and thinking he got lucky. So I talked to Bischoff, and Spring Bash is going to be me and RVD one more time, and then after I'm done with him, it's onward and upward to better things. April looks sexy. This gets a 52, probably because I rated April bad, because that was a dumb decision. But anyway, just to make sure we have it, we'll add this match, which is going to be Billy Kidman versus RVD, which is a shockingly big match considering. Alright, and we'll pre-book it, and there we go. Then we're backstage where Booker and Steiner have a confrontation backstage. Steiner's like, you always been a lucky punk. Tonight, at the pay-per-view, I'm going to make you tap out like a bitch. Booker's like, sucker, you did not just say that. And then there's a brawl. And then Bischoff and other officials come on things. And Bischoff's like, okay, next week, Scott, you find a partner that's not your brother. And Booker, you find a partner and tag match. Let's get this all settled. 77 solved stuff. Everybody did well. Then we have a match where, in a poor match, America's Most Wanted defeated Dustin Rhodes and Conan in 8:54 when Jane Storm pinned Conan by using underhanded tactics. So, roll up, hold the tights, blah, 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 back and forth match, solid stuff. This gets 62, which is really good considering everybody's overness. And now A&W are officially in the match. So we'll have also add that. So pre-booked match. Pre-booked that 3-way. So, tag team view, we'll add Air Raid. We'll add America's Most Wanted. And we'll also add Old Dustin and Conan. And that'll be for the World Tag Team titles. And there you go, pre-booked. Then after that, post-match fracas, Air Raid comes out, sort of like come out, and with the titles, and they just point at both teams. You know, because basically AMW, Amherst, and Conan are arguing. And there we go, 64. Then we go backstage, which did not go that great. It's basically Angel Fox is cutting a promo, saying she doesn't care who she faces at Spring Break Bash. She just wants to prove she's like the best, women wrestler, in professional wrestling today. And Renee is like, you got lucky, okay? I could have done the same thing you did and beat Kim for the title after she's had a rough match. But, I decided to do it because I'm the better woman. Crowd does not believe that because she's a heel. And Angel's like, I saw you last week, saying Beth Phoenix doesn't deserve the shot. Well, how about this? Next week, you face Beth, and whoever wins gets the title shot at Spring Big Bash. Amber's like, well, shine up your title, bitch, because I'm going to take that title off of you. There you go, 48, solid stuff. Then we have in a poor match, so basically this is, goes off from last week, where Silver City Rollers helped Helms and Gantes do the beatdown until Palumbo came out with a chair. So in a poor match, which still got a 69, nice. Chuck Palumbo and Jason Jett didn't work as a team, but okay, well, that's unfortunate. But they still defeated Silver City Rollers in 940 when Jett pinned Cash for the crash landing. So I just managed Palumbo and Reno basically being paired off as a brawl back in the ring. Jett and Cash do some fun flippy stuff, and Jett manages to get the win. So this still did a 69, which is pretty good. Jett had 48 and Palumbo had 62 performances because of the didn't work well, but oh well. Then after the match, basically attempted Helms and Friends beatdown again, but this time Palumbo and Jett get out of town. So this gets a 66. And then we have sort of our big, end of the first hour setup, as we have a Deadpool in ring, where basically, Vampiro's like, some have tried to imitate that I'm unhappy that Macias has the title shot at Spring Break Bash. Those that say this do not understand. I do not care who takes the names off the list, as long as they remember the Deadpool. Yes, I would love to stick the fact that I'm the world champion down the Paymaster's throat here in World Championship Wrestling. But if it is Macias, after ending so many careers, destroying them with Bill Goldberg, that's fine with me as well. All that matters is after the next, after we're in Orlando or Miami, I'll decide where we're going. After the pay-per-view, the Deadpool will have another title in their midst. This has Goldberg come out. There's a confrontation. So, but Goldberg comes out, there's a stare down, but Goldberg isn't back down. There's 4 of them, and it looks like there's going to be a beatdown, but basically Vampiro speaks to Macias, and then they both walk away. But then there's another stare down, and there you go. 89 because all these people are really over. Well, except for the people I didn't write, like Lester, Lestat, and Morningstar, but still solid stuff. Then we're backstage. We're Barash with Air Raid, and AJ and Air Raid both we don't care who we face. We're fighting champions. We fought Jared and Douglas in a 2 out of 3 falls match that was a classic. So a tag tribal match doesn't matter to us. We'll just prove that we're the best. The reason we have these tag title belts isn't a fluke. We'll just prove we're the best tag team in professional wrestling, and there's nobody better than us. 71, solid stuff. Then we have in a decent match, Alex Wright drew with Lance Storm in 12:30 following a double pinfall. This gets a 77, which was a really good match. So basically, they just go back and forth, and after a cradle or a backslide or a German suplex, basically we have the classic, there's a 3 count, I'm going to say Storm thinks he won, but then there's the official announcement, and that means after that 77, there's a quick 2-minute angle where basically Wright and Storm argue. Wright's like, I didn't lose. Storm's like, I had you down. And there's some pushing. Then the officials basically break it up. Then we have another quick little VTR where Johnny Stamboli is in Italy, and this basically just see the sets of Italy and Johnny is in them. And eventually, the last thing we see is he's entering a restaurant, as he, goes to the camera that, he's, after doing some digging, he's found that this, belongs to a descendant of one of his families. 32, because, Johnny the Bull isn't over yet, but that's part of what we're doing here. Then basically we have the Horsemen backstage, and basically, this is just a promo where they go through all their catchphrases, all their standard stuff, and they're basically, not worried, we've beaten everybody in this company. It doesn't matter who Rey Jr. has as partners, whatever flyers, whatever geeks, we're the Horsemen, they're not. 84, solid stuff. There you go. As we move on, and Rey Jr. basically with his partners off screen says, guys, I want this to be a surprise, so stay right there. So Horsemen come out first, because they're the Horsemen, and then first Rey Jr. comes out, so that gets a crowd pop. Then his first partner comes out, and that's going to be Rob Van Dam. That gets a crowd pop, because RVD has had his problems with Flair, and even to a lesser extent with Jarrett and Douglas, during his U.S. title reign. Then O'Haire pop comes out, and that gets a pop because O'Haire's had problems with the Horsemen as well, and as sort of a side effect of his problem with a side effect is viewed with Steiner. And finally, to get a big pop, making his return after getting laid out by Macias, is Diamond Dallas Page, and the crowd pops for that, and then they run down, and the match is on. So this gets an 81, which is not quite as good as I thought it was going to be. But let's see if there's anything out. Okay. I mean, again, this still went, this goes 20 minutes, and about that, a great wrestling, good heat. The Horsemen of Kanyon, Flair, Jarrett, and Douglas defeats Diamond Dallas Page, Rey Jr., O'Haire, and Rob Van Dam in 2019 when Kanyon pinned Rob Van Dam with a flatliner following interference from your friend and mine, Billy Kidman. So basically, match just breaking down to a pure 6 when Billy Kidman sneaks out. I imagine sort of flipping in, hitting the Kid Crusher on Rob Van Dam, RVD slowly getting up, Kenny hitting the flatliner, and getting the pinfall victory. This helps Kenny get over because, he did just lose to Goldberg, and gives the heels a little, hype as we finish things out. And to finish the show, we just have a huge brawl involving Flair, Jarrett, RVD, O'Haire, Kanyon, Rey Jr., DDP, and Kidman, and this gets an 82. So we close things out. That got a 77. Ooh, okay. So we failed on our storyline. So I probably need to heat up a couple storylines specifically. Okay. Well, see, I didn't think that was as bad as it. That's interesting. We got an 89 and 100, but we still fell to a 77. That means I probably need to do a slightly hotter main event next time around. I've been sort of I've also been honestly not doing as big matches as I probably should. I've been trying to sort of hide things. Yeah. Probably if we compare it to the last cycle, I've probably been doing not as quite as big main events, or I need to, sort of deal with the fact that, see, that's just interesting to me. Anyway, Raw, England Big Show going over Kane and Shawn Michaels, Rock defeating Matt Hardy, Scott Hall defeating Rolling Regal. So yeah, solid stuff. Yeah, I know. Look. Jarrett. Stern warning. Jarrett, steroids, RVD, soft drugs. I wonder what that was. But anyway, let's see here. Anything else going on? Doesn't look like it. So let me actually pull up my storyline, just because I'm actually kind of wondering what's going on with that. So storylines, we need it. Okay, so This fell down to a 67. Okay. 77. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. This is still hot. Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't do an angle advancement on this. Okay. Yeah, I even had them in a match together. Okay. So this is still good. This is still good. This can probably still be good with something just simple, or if I hadn't had them argue. Okay. So I just need to reheat this a little bit, which I can probably just do with a tag match of some sort. Um, this is also, yeah, this we can probably set up something next week to hype that up. Okay. All right, so not the end of the world. Like, yeah, we can probably get up to 80s. And let me just go over our show history, because I want to see, like, if when we were doing... Okay, so 83s was basically a four-way. See, that was, like, I mean, is this was just bigger, better guys? Huh. Well, I guess, yeah. Like, because, yeah, and then, like, even here, we were still doing 91s. Okay. I mean, Goldberg versus Kane and Flair. Esias Page. That got a friggin' 90. But, okay. So, sort of what I'm... Okay. So, part of it is... I haven't been getting, I haven't been getting Deadpool in the ring, and I've been having basically one big match instead of two. Okay, that's reasonable to me. That I probably need to pop another like big match to set things up. All right, not the end of the world here. Um, anyway, but yeah, Raw is doing Raw stuff. Oh, as a side effect, let me just bring up WCW here real quick. Companies. So we look at them. So they did No Way Out last night, or on Monday. So basically, we have a whole bunch of random pre-show matches. Jackie Gata defeats Taylor Matheny and Selena Majors. Al Snow defeats Mark Henry. Terry defeats Jacqueline by DQ. Jerry Lynn's defeats Grandmaster Sexy and Jeff Hardy in a match for the lightweight title. Chris Benoit and the Moneymakers, which is Brock Lesnar and Billy Gunn, defeat Paris Anderson and the Dudley Boys. Trish Stratus defeats Lita Molly for the women's title, which is, I think, sort of the first downside of Triple... Oh, I don't think I've shown this to anybody. So that's another thing I need to show, even though I think I might have already shown it. I forget when it actually happened. But I'll show something else big that happened. Eddie Guerrero defeating Big Boss Man in a tables match, which gets a friggin' 95, which tells you more about Eddie than Big Boss Man. Undertaker defeats Matt Hardy by DQ. Christian defeats Rikishi by DQ for the IC title. Triple H and The Rock team up to defeat Big Show and Scott Hall in a cage match. Steve Austin defeats Kane and Shawn Michaels, which gets a 99, and Kurt Angle defeats Chris Jericho, also gets a 99. But also, yeah, in another huge thing, or maybe it didn't pop up here. Yeah, I guess it wouldn't have. Let's go to the main screen. Let's go to news. Let's do some quick... So, relationships. So, yeah. I'm like 90% I already showed this to you guys, but just in case. Triple H and Stephanie McMahon have broken up after the former was caught cheating with Lita. Yeah. That's a thing. That's sure a thing. So as a result, Sean Quilly and Lita now hate each other. McMahon and Triple H now hate each other. McMahon and Lita now hate each other. Shane and Triple H hate each other. Shane, McMahon, and Lita hate each other. And yeah. So that's interesting as far as the future for the WWF. So far, nothing huge as far as that goes. Like you saw in the booking, Triple H and Rock still went over, but who knows what else might happen. But regardless, that's all for now. So again, if you're liking this, go ahead and give it a like, comment below when you're liking and not liking, and subscribe for more fun TW 2020 action. That's all for now, so talk to you later, and adios.